Have you ever wondered how companies keep track of millions of sales happening every day across different cities, online stores, retailers, and warehouses? SAP manage all of that, but only when we set the foundation correctly. That foundation is called enterprise structure. And today we are going to build it exactly like a real MNC does. Hey everyone, welcome back to Chai Aur ERP, your home for real-time SAP learnings. This is part 2 of our SAP SD training series. In part 1, we explored SAP interface, learn how to navigate inside the SAP S4HANA and ECC. And today we are moving one major step ahead. We'll understand what enterprise structure is, why it is important, and how we configure it in SAP SD using a real world example like Samsung India. Even if you are complete beginners, by the end of this video you will understand how companies operates inside SAP. First, let's understand what is enterprise structure is. See, in real life, every company has a business structure like head office, branches, warehouses, sales team, different product categories. So the same way, SAP need the same structure but digitally. That structure, digital structure, is called enterprise structure. So this structure is going to help the SAP who is selling, from where they are selling, what product they are being sold, and how they are reaching to the customers. So that is what enterprise structure. And in this enterprise structure we have few organizational elements, or we can say enterprise structural elements or org elements that need to be defined. So after defining only you can start the sales orders, deliveries, all the things. Okay, and just remember that for defining this enterprise structure we require these elements. Okay, first I'll explain all the elements functionality theoretical, and then by using a real world scenario I'll explain you by in the application how we define that. Okay, so let's understand each of them one by one. Coming to company code. See, basically company code is nothing but it's a legal entity which is registered separately, and that is going to maintain the profit and loss account separately. Like example, if we take Samsung India operates their sales and production separately, whereas Samsung France is going to operate and maintain separately. So that is what we defined here in the company code. And see, it is a 4 digits alphanumeric that we define in the application. For the moment you just understand what it is, what is the functionality, and how it is going to operate. If you understand the 50% of the word what I'm saying, that is enough for the moment. While I'm navigating in the application, then you can understand and relate this thing. Okay, so got a clarity on company code. Basically company code is a 4 digits alphanumeric which is basically a legal entity. Here in company code we are going to define the legal entity which is registered legally. So every legal entity which maintains the profit and loss account separately, like country wise, if the business wants to maintain separately based on the country wise, they can maintain that country wise. Okay, next coming to the sales organization. See, sales organization is nothing but that is responsible for all the sales transaction. Before that, just remember it's a 4 digit in the SAP application we define as 4 digits alphanumeric. Okay, this sales organization is nothing but that is responsible for all the sales transaction. So it deals with the negotiation, terms and conditions, and pricing of the sales. And the thumb rule is that how many company codes are there, based on that many sales organizations are required. Like if we take two company codes like Samsung India and Samsung France separately, so you need to maintain two separate sales organizations. Okay, like Samsung India, Samsung France. And coming about this distribution channel, it's basically a 2 digits alphanumeric that specifies through which channel the goods are sold to the customer, like example distributors, retailers, or online. Like let's take an example of Samsung India. So basically they supplies to the end consumer, like they supplies their product to the end consumer through many ways, like in the official website, if we go, so we can buy the product from there. In the retailers is nothing but they have their own retail shops of Samsung showrooms, so where we can directly buy that, and they supplies their product to the distributors, so through the distributors also we can buy that product. So that is what we are going to define in the distribution channel, like the channel through which the goods are going to sold to the customer. That is what we define here. And coming about this division is also a 2 digits alphanumeric. Okay, and division is nothing but a group of similar products. Like if we take the same example of Samsung India, so basically Samsung's manufactures the mobiles, televisions, home appliances. So we can like segregate based on the category wise, like mobiles, televisions, and home appliances. So if you want to further categorize, is like in mobiles also we have different models. So in that mobiles we can further categorize into the different model wise, the version wise, or the year wise release. So that is completely depends upon the business, like how they wanted to deal these things. So on that basis we define these things in the application. Division is a 2 digits alphanumeric, that is nothing but a group of similar products. Here in the division we give a group of similar products. Like example, if we consider the same Samsung, so we can categorize the groups like mobiles, televisions, and home appliances, something like this. Coming about the sales area, see, sales area is the combination of sales organization and distribution channel. Basically this sales area I'm explaining, there is nothing comes in the theoretical part, it is the requirement in the application. Without defining the sales area you can't define the sales office or the sales group. So that's why to get the sales office or sales group we need to define the sales area. So, and sales area is nothing but the combination of sales organization and distribution channel. So don't worry, for the moment I'm just explaining these things in a like just giving a clarity of while I'm explaining these concepts in the application wise, you'll get a clarity. Sales office, so sales office is a 4 digits alphanumeric, and sales office is nothing but in the application we define the geographical location where all the sales activities are carried out. Like example, if we can say like Bangalore sales office, Chennai sales office, Hyderabad sales office, Delhi sales office, that is what we give in the application, like sales office. And coming about the sales group is nothing but 3 digits alphanumeric code we need to define in the application. And sales groups are nothing but a group of same level of peoples who works in the sales office for the sales activities, to carry out the sales activities. That is what we define in the sales group. Like example, if we take south region sales team, north region sales team, through like this we can give. Or else if we want we can further like segregate this thing, like sales manager, voice sales manager, assistant sales manager, or sales executive, like this also we can give. So these things are completely depends upon the business, how the business wants, how they wanted to deal their business. So on that basis we configure the application. So that's all for sales group. So sales group is nothing but it's a 3 digits alphanumeric that we give in the application. And sales group is like a similar level of employees who works in the sales office to carry out the sales activities. For that people we define in the sales group. Like example, if we want we can give as south region sales teams or north region sales team, likewise. Okay. And coming about this plant, basically plant is also a 4 digits alphanumeric code that we have to define in the application. And plant is nothing but a manufacturing unit where the finished products are formed, and it is also acts as a storage location to store the raw materials, finished goods, damaged or return goods. And it is also act as a distribution channel, like from the plant only we deliver, like the movement of the goods is happens, and the valuation of the goods are updated based on the inventory account. And the last is storage location. See, storage location is one of the part in the plant only, so it comes under the plant only. So storage location uses for storing the goods separately, like raw materials, whatever the raw materials that are stored separately, whatever the finished goods that are stored separately, whatever the damage or the written products that are stored separately. So likewise the storage location is used. Okay, now what we have done, we have covered all the theoretical parts. Okay, so you can see here in the Excel I have already defined all the elements here. We just need to map these things in the application for your understanding, make it easy for you. I have defined all this thing in much more simpler way. So like you can see here, before moving forward, I just wanted to explain that we can call it as enterprise structure, enterprise elements, organization structure, or org structure, whatever, but the concept is the same only. So don't get confused when someone asks you to explain me about enterprise structure or enterprise elements or org structure. So what you, all these definitions are same only. Okay, so first let's understand who actually works on these screens to define. So later we will define each. Okay, see, when you see here the company code, basically it is defined by FICO consultants or the finance team. So they are responsible for defining all these things. Okay, but currently what we are doing, we are covering only the sales SD part, but to define the to run the sales orders and all, we require the sales company code. So what I am doing here is that I'm going to copy it from the standard company, and I'll edit that company code according to me. And SAP also recommends that we have to copy it from the standard company and edit it according to our requirement. Okay, instead of creating a new company code, we can copy it, because if I take if I start off creating the new company code, it may include some GL accounts, some may accounts which I don't know. I don't have the knowledge, that much knowledge on the finance. So what I am going to do here is that I'll copy it from a standard company, from the 1000 or 0001. I'll copy it from these standard companies, and I'll make the respective changes in my own company. Okay, that's what I will do here. Okay, so company code is defined by FICO. And well, coming about this SD, sales organization. So sales organization is defined by the SD consultants only, but as I have mentioned you that the best and better way is we can copy the sales organization from the 1000 or 0001 company and make the changes accordingly, because in the sales organization there are multiple things that are interlinked that we may miss while defining. So the better way is just copy it and do the necessary changes. Okay, this distribution channel is also created by the SD consultant, and what we do here is that we can create it newly instead of copying and you like editing. We can either create it newly, or if the distribution is in the distribution channel screen, if the whatever the values which you want, either if it is available, we can reuse that. Okay, we have two options. Okay, and divisions also, it is defined by the SD consultant only. And division also we can copy, either we can copy like the existing one only, or else we can create the new. And sales office and sales group, these two are also defined by the SD consultants only. But here is the key point, that these sales office and sales group is optional. It is completely depends upon the business requirement. If the business wants to handle the sales office and sales group, so we need to define that things. Okay, so these sales office and sales group is also created newly. Okay, and coming about the plant is basically related to the MM consultants. So it typically they create that thing, but we are currently into the SD. So what I will do here is that I'll create a new plant. Okay, I'll create a new plant, and inside that plant only, I'm going to add a storage location. Okay, that is what we are going to do here. Okay, till now what we have covered, we have covered all the elements of the enterprise structure, and then we have covered like for which screens who are responsible for defining while defining. So these things we have covered. So now let's move to application and define all these things in the application. Okay, first let's define the company code. Okay, to define the company code, let's find the path. Okay, I have already defined all these things. Okay, okay, just ping in the comments if you want this Excel file. I'll just upload in the description. Okay, okay, now we are in the SAP easy access screen. To go into the customizing, we have two ways, like SPRO. By using the T code, I can directly go in the customizing screen, or else I can go directly from here itself, like in the SAP Easy Access. In the tools, I can select here in the customizing folder. In customizing, I can select this IMG, that is nothing but implementation guide. Here SPRO execute project, enter. So here I'm in this screen, and I need to define what company code. I need to define the company code. To define the company code, I'm going to go in the SAP reference IMG. Okay, from by using the path only, I'm going here. Like whatever the path I have mentioned, like by using that path only, I'm going here. Okay, see SPRO SAP reference IMG enterprise structure. Enterprise structure, and in enterprise structure I have something called definition. Okay, and in definition, as I have already told you that this company code is belongs to the financial part. Like it is defined basically from the FICO team, so they are responsible for that. So for that purpose, I am going here in the financial accounting. And what I have told you, in financial accounting, what I have told you, we'll copy it from the 1000 and going to create a new company, and then later we are going to edit. So that's why I'm going in this screen, edit, copy, delete, check company code. Okay, here just click in this copy, delete, check company code. Okay, okay, after clicking that, you'll navigate to the organizational object company code. In this, just select this toolbar, copy org object. Okay, and after selecting that, you have to specify from which company you are going to copy to which company. Like you can see here, if you don't know the company code, like if you don't know the code number from which you are copying, you can directly go here in this company codes, and you can see here the current available 500 entries is there here. Okay, and I know that I want to copy it from 1000, and I want to give it as the new company code. Like see, you can define, as I have told you, that it is an alphanumeric, so you can give it as in a way, like if you want, you can give it as a fully numeric or else if you want to give as a fully character wise you can give, or else if you want alphanumeric you can give in this way also. You can define that thing in a three ways. So it depends, like you have to ask to the business user how you want, how they wanted to define. So that on that way you can define, or else you can define it on your own way. So now what I am giving here is that uh, SM02. Okay, SM02. Later I am going to change that. Now I'm going to define SM02. Okay, and after selecting continue, if that function which you have defined is already available, that key is already available in the company code, then at that time the system is going to throw an error that the key is still available, so it's already exists. So at that time you need to define the other company code. Okay, and as of now I have already defined which is not available, so that's why it didn't thrown me any message, something like that. Okay, and now what it is saying, that the system is saying me that do you want to copy the GL accounts of the company data? Yes, I want to copy, because if I start it from the beginning, when, like instead of defining, if I create the company code, I don't know the GL accounts, I don't know whatever the things that are required. So that's why what I'm doing here, I'm going to copy. And next what it is showing that change the local currency, like do you want to allocate a different local currency to the targeted company? No, I'll use the currency which I have defined, like which I have copied from the defined one. So I'm going to use that only. Okay, due to the internet issue, I got disconnected. Okay, now I'm again back to the application. Okay, I need to define it from the beginning. SAP reference, SPRO SAP reference. Here I need to define the enterprise. In enterprise structure, I need to define in the definition. In definition, financial accounting. In financial accounting, copy, delete, edit, company code. Here in this, I'm going to copy it from here. I'm going to select here, or and here I need to give from 1000. I'm copying, and here I'm SM02. See why I'm not explaining everything here, because I've already explained this thing, so that's why. Okay, now what it is asking me, the system is saying that do you want to copy the GL accounts, which so I want to copy. And here it is asking me that do you want to allocate a different currency code? No, I don't want to allocate different currency code. So that currency code only I'm going to use here. And it is in information, it is saying that certain data was not copied, so just ignore this and click continue. And here it is showing that there are inconsistencies in the ledger array, so just ignore and continue. And again it is saying some transport number ranges and addresses, just continue, click continue. And it is here in number range management message, just click no. So we don't want to transport the number ranges, so that's why. Okay, after clicking no, you can see here on the left side. Okay, on the left side you can see here all the company, all the tables, respective tables of the 1000 company is going to create into my SM02 company. Okay, that is what is happening here in the behind. Okay, SM02, I have defined with SM02. And remember that, like whenever you see this prompt for customizing report, like prompt for customizing request, if this request is in blank, okay, if this is in blank, don't just continue. Before continuing, just create a request, like give anything, like I'll give enterprise, anything as a short description, and just click enter. Then you can see here again the request code. Okay, when you have to give, if you don't have this request ID, at that time you need to give. Okay, just after now you need to just click continue now. So it is just an issue in the IDEM so just ignore that. So what the system is saying that, like, enter interval without overlap. So if you found this message, or if you found this thing while defining the company code, just give SM03 new company code. But whatever the data we define, that is going to store in the SM02 only, but it is just a bug. Okay, and here we got a like number range interval. Just click continue. Okay, you can see here I have successfully copied my company SM02 from 1000. Okay, okay, I'm just clicking continue. Okay, after copying this thing, I need to edit that thing, so I'm going back. So exiting this thing, and here after copying that, I need to edit my company code data. So that's why I'm going to click this function, edit company code. And if I want to go to find my company codes from this existing, like currently you can see here 885 is there. So to find these things, if I go step by step, it takes too much of time. So instead of that, I can directly click in the position and enter my company code SM02. So it will directly navigate to that thing. Okay, but see, you can see here I just copied it. I just defined a new company code by copying it 1000, but I didn't define the company name. But here showing the company name, from where it is copied means, because from the 1000 it is copied, and whatever the data that is available in the 1000, that is going to show here in the my copied company code, like, okay, SM02. So what I'm going to do here is that I am going to change that to Samsung Z India. Oh, this is my company name. And well, coming about this additional data like city, country, currency, whatever these things are there now. So for the moment, I'm going to keep it as it is. So while defining it in the sales order and pricing, so I'm going to change this thing respectively. Okay, so for the moment, I'm going to keep this Samsung India only. See, we are going to deal for Samsung only, but whatever the currency is there now, it is in German DE now. So EUR currency is there, country DE German is there. So I'm going to keep it as it is. But while doing the sales order and all, I'm going to change it to India, back to India. Okay, and if you want to change the address also, including, so that thing you can do here in this tools bar. You can see here address button. So click on that, and here you can give here the address. And if you want to give any additional information, that things also you can give. And if you want, like, and if you want something like by using this shortcut name, whatever the mention will mention here, so by using that mention name, you'll get the company details. Okay, and here you can enter the street address. Okay, and whatever the PO box address related details are there, you can enter here. And whatever the communication related details are there, like the language, telephone, mobile, fax, email, so all that things you can enter here. Okay, for the moment I'm not entering anything. Okay, just making the necessary things and just lifting it this as it is. Okay, 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 I have done all the changes. Now I need to just save it. Okay, I'm going to save this thing. Okay, I have saved my data, and I have successfully created a new company, like new company code in the name of SM02. Okay, I have defined a new company here by copying it from the 100. Okay, now I need to define a sales organization. So for defining the sales organization, we have this path. Okay, I'm going directly into the path. I know the path. If you want to know, you can just take a screenshot of this, and you can go by your own way. Okay, first I'll exit from here. uh, 001. Okay. Okay, now I'm in the SAP Easy Access screen, and I need to go to define the sales organization. I need to go to SPRO, SAP reference IMG. Just click SAP reference IMG. Here we are going to define this enterprise structure. In enterprise, we are going to define, and in definition, what we are going to do, we are going to define the sales organization. So which is the part of a sales and distribution. So that's why I'm going in the sales and distribution. In sales and distribution, what I'm going to do, delete, copy, like I'm going to define, select this thing, define, copy, delete, check, sales organization. Okay, here what I'm going to do, I'll copy it from 1000, and then I am going to change that according to my requirement. Okay, for that I have clicked on this copy, delete, check, sales organization. Okay, I've clicked on this. So after clicking, I'm in the organizational object of sales organization. Okay, here I'm just clicking on this button, copy org object, and here I'm copying it from 1000, and I'm giving the new sales organization as SM02 only. Okay, or else if you want, you can give as like SD02, whatever you want you can give. For easy remembering, what I'm going to give is, give it as same only. SM stands for Samsung, 02 is this number code which I want to continue for all these things. Okay, I have clicked enter, and then here it is showing the transport number ranges and addresses. Just click continue. Here it will ask for the number range management, so I don't want to transport the number ranges, so that's why I'm clicking no. So after that I have, so now I have successfully copied the sales organization from 1000, sales organization standard 1000, from standard 1000 to SD01. You can see sales organization 1000 copied to SM01, sorry, SM02. Okay, and now I need to edit that thing. So for that, I'll first exit from this screen and going to define sales organization screen. So in this screen, you can see here the available sales organizations are 463, and I need to go to my sales organization SM02. Just clicking, and see, you can see here for this sales organization showing something different name which I didn't even mention. Then from where it is copying, it is copying from the 1000. So for that, what I can do here, I can change it to the Samsung India Private Limited, and for the moment I'll keep the currency and all the details as it is. And if you want to give the additional details of addresses in the sales organization, you can give it here like this. Okay, for the moment I'm not going to change anything. Later I'm going to change, and I'm going to show you that these things. Okay, so till now what I have did, I have copied the sales organization from 1000 to SM02 and change the name also, and whatever the things, if you want, you can change and give these things. Okay, so this thing is completed, and this is also completed. And next what we have, distribution channel. See, if you see closer to the paths for sales organization, distribution channel, division, so for all of these the path is same. You can see here, like if you go closer in enterprise structure, definition, uh, okay, for these two only the path is same. Definition, sales and distribution, copy, delete, sales organization. And here also define definition, like I'll show you on the application. Let me exit from here. See, you can see here the path for defining the sales organization and distribution channel, both are same only. Okay, now I'll define a new distribution channel, or else I can use the available distribution channels which I have already defined. You can see here, uh, online retail and dealers. For this distribution channel, you can see we have the availables. If you want, you can use this available distribution channel, or else if you want to define the new, you can just click on the new entries, and you need to give the uh, key point for the distribution channel. As I have mentioned, that thing, it is a 2 digits alphanumeric, and I'm giving H1 and online e-commerce, H2 that is the retailer, and H3 is wholesaler or dealer. And if you see here, these things are already defined, so that's why it is showing in the suggestion. If it is not defined, then you need to enter properly complete things. Okay, now I'm saving. Okay, now you can see that an entry already exists with the same key. H1 is already exists. Okay, so I can't give that thing, so I need to change it to L1, which is already exists. This is also already exists, so I need to give something different. V1. Okay, V5. Okay, so I need to give M5, M7, M6, Q6, Q7. Okay, so I have given Q5, Q6, Q7 names. Okay, Q5, Q6, Q7, I have defined the distribution channels and saved it. Okay, I'll change here also, Q5 channel. And next I need to define the division. Okay, to define the division, let's go to the path. So if you see here, the division is exists in the logistic, SPRO, SAP reference, enterprise structure, definition, logistic general. In logistic general, we have definition, this division. So let's go to the application and define the division. I'm going exiting from this, closing. See, I'll start from the beginning. In the SAP Easy Access, SPRO, SAP Reference IMG. Here, select this enterprise structure. Come to this definition. In definition, just go to this logistic general. In logistic general, you can see here, define, copy, delete, check, division. Okay, I'm selecting this, and I'm going to define new division. And whatever the values are there in my division, like you can see here, for Samsung, they what I am saying, that like as per their business, like Samsung is going to, like, you know, that we are taking this Samsung as a example. So I have taken the Samsung company and sales organization for Samsung only for India. Okay, and in distribution channel, like, you know, that Samsung products we may get from the online or from retail showrooms of Samsung, or we can get it from the dealers or the wholesalers. So that things I have defined. And you know that the, like, Samsung is manufactures the mobiles. They have their own manufacturing of televisions, they have their own manufacturing of home appliances. So on this basis, I have categorized the products. Okay, and that thing I'm going to define in the application. So I'll do one thing. I'll take this Q5, Q6, Q7 as the same what I have defined for distribution channel. I'll take that same thing. It will be easy for me to remember. And I'm going to define mobile Q6, Q6 televisions, and Q7 I'm going to define it for home appliances, and just saving this record. Okay, so okay, what I have done till now, so I have defined, like I have defined all these things, like I have defined the company code, I have defined the sales organization, I have defined the distribution channel and the division. Okay, now we have to assign these things. Okay, like we need to link these departments to each other, so that we are going to tell to the application that, like, I'm going to work, these sales activities are happening for this company. Under this sales organization, I am going to have this distribution channel. Under this sales organization, I'm going to have this division. So that is what I'm going to tell digitally to the application. So that's what we have to do here. Now let's do the assignment part.